broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com.
The Sports Animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
I just got to remember every morning to turn down the volume on these headsets. Holy smokes, Kenny. What a game, huh? Hope you stayed up and watched that one last night. 31-27, Miami's going to play a home game for a national championship after winning a thriller in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl last night, 31-27 over Ole Miss. Carson Beck ran it in for the winning touchdown with under 30 seconds to go. And Miami, in a just terrifically entertaining game with 4 fourth-quarter lead changes, outlast Ole Miss. And I say that because if there was another, 15, maybe 20 seconds on that, you're probably thinking Ole Miss had it. It's the opening drive. Good morning to you. Happy Friday. Thanks for finding us this morning. And every morning on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. How you doing?
What it do?
What'd you think of that last?
It was a lot of fun, especially in the fourth quarter. Second half of the fourth quarter, 6 lead changes going back and forth. Big-time plays being made both ways. I expected it to be a close game. The explosiveness of Ole Miss really challenged that Miami defense. And what a final drive put together by that Canes off.
Damn near a final drive by Ole Miss. I mean, if you want to argue that there was pass interference on that last play, I wouldn't argue against it.
I'm not going to argue it because...
No, I won't argue it. But if they'd have thrown the flag, would you have argued against it?
Yes.
Really?
We see... It's one of those like unwritten rules in sports on a Hail Mary.
So you can maul a guy on that play, but not on
unless it's obvious. Like you just tackle a dude before the ball gets... Look at every Hail Mary that's thrown. And we don't...
I understand that. So you can you can't blow on a guy in the middle of the field in the first quarter, but you can maul a guy on the last play.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. If they'd have thrown a flag, I wouldn't. You'd have had a problem.
Because that happens every Hail Mary.
Again, if you got a rule is a rule. I mean, by again, I don't have a problem with them not throwing. Okay, because it's kind of leaning into what you're saying, but the bottom line is it wasn't. If they'd have thrown the flag, I would not have had a problem, and that would have set up a really dramatic last time down.
Well, there would have been 15 more yards and throw it in the end zone again.
Well, put 15 more yards. Were they the 35? Would have been the 20.
No, they're at the
40-ish,
yeah.
35-ish. I mean, you could have run a play at that. But yeah, I'm not going to argue for it because I don't know that I thought it was egregious, but it was to me. It was. And again, if you're gonna bump a guy across the middle in the second quarter, but you can maul a guy in the end zone in the last play of the game. Me, as the rule is the rule. If they'd have thrown it, I wouldn't have had a problem. How about Carson Beck? Because I thought both quarterbacks, I thought Trinidad Chambliss, although probably 3 or 4 of his passes could have been, and you can argue with me, should have been intercepted. I thought both quarterbacks were really good. I trusted Chambliss more, but Beck came through, and I love the play design on the last play. Everything in man coverage flowed to the right. While I don't believe it was designed this way, with everybody in man coverage flowing to the offensive right side, that meant the whole left side was open. Carson Beck stepped up and found absolutely nobody on that half of the field and trotted in for the winner. Great drive, as you alluded to, by Carson Beck and that Miami defense offense.
Yeah, they just chipped away, and he made some really good throws on that drive, especially on third down. And that last play, there was zero responsibility on Ole Miss in terms of expecting him to get out of the pocket. And as you just broke it down, it was man coverage. so the routes took everyone to the right. And I'm sure Carson Beck was like, do I want to do this right now? I guess I do. Let's
yes,
go.
I do. My 7th year. I'm not ending
Especially
now.
after, was it 2 or 3 plays earlier, they tried the zone read and just fell to the ground.
Yeah, yeah, that almost like dropped, right? Yes. I thought there were some really key plays on it. I had just entertaining game last night. I feel a little bad. I don't know. Did you find yourself pulling interest-wise, rooting-wise? Did you find yourself going one way or the other?
Not really, because I think Trinidad Chambliss, that's an awesome story. A D2 champ that's showing that he can play at the highest level, Division I football. Ole Miss, I appreciate the way that team rallied, and that became something that absolutely propelled them forward, the Lane Kiffin situation. But watching Miami, like, you just have this sense of, Miami, and you're going to be flashy, and it's all about the swag, and they have it, but that's just a ridiculously tough football team. It's ground and pound football. Carson Beck is not going to wow you with the explosive plays, which I think is definitely going to be a challenge, especially if they end up playing the Hoosiers, but the way they play is just great.
So the flash thing of that drive was in the second quarter where Ole Miss scored. Maybe it was the third quarter where Miami took those penalties, the late hit penalty. I'm like, all right. I remember watching the 30 for 30 on the old school Miami. They're like, yeah, whatever. We took those penalties because we wanted to, because we could, because we knew we could overcome it. There was a little bit of, and I think Chris Fowler said Miami's kind of a little out of control right here, and I thought that might hurt them. I found myself, JJ, kind of swaying. I loved the Ole Miss score, and I wanted to see what was going to happen if they had to go another 9 days, and these coaches and Charlie Weiss and what Lane Kiffin was going to do. I found myself leaning a little bit towards Ole Miss. And want to see that happen at the end of the game. But I like Miami score too. I really do. I like the fact that there's Ray Lewis, and they're out there, and Edgerrin James out there for the coin toss. Eli looked lost. Did you catch the coin toss? Did you see that at all?
I didn't see the coin toss.
So Eli and who was the other? They were, first of all, Edgerrin James and Ray Lewis walk out with the captain. The Ole Miss captains come walking out, and Eli and I apologize, came running out after, like trotting out, catching up with the guys. They weren't there. They missed their cue. It was really awkward. But Miami's back in the final, and I say back in the final. I mean, they've never been in the final in the college football playoff, but they're back in this situation, in the position to win a national championship, and they get to play in their home state. And I don't know how much you think that's a huge advantage against whomever. It'll be interesting to see, what the crowd looks like, and as the distribution of tickets goes, and who will go, and I don't even know what it's going to do for the price of tickets. But I got to believe that's a pretty big advantage for you. A home game?
Absolutely.
I'm looking now. Oh yeah, they huge. I should have held. They jumped. The tickets that were $2,800 a couple of days ago are now $3,700. Yeah, they jumped. All right, 505-246-0610. We got a ton to do today. Area code 50. I mean, you want to sit down on the 50 or the 50-yard line is $15,000, or it could be $15,000. Those are amazing. Yeah, the jump with Miami. All right, 505-246-0610. Let's play radio today. We got a lot to do as we head into a busy playoff weekend. We'll get through all the playoff games today, starting with the Rams and Carolina tomorrow. We'll have them for you here on Sports Animal, your home for the National Football League and Super Bowl 60. Hyenas Comedy Nightclub presents all that NFL action for you. Now open in Albuquerque, featuring Daryl Felsberg, Joey Medina, Christina Mariani, Jeff Dye. Get your tickets before they sell out. They're conveniently located in Winrock Town Center. Visit hyenascomedynightclub.com/Albuquerque. All your information is right there. We'll go through the playoffs today. The Damon Williams situation seems to have been settled before it had to be litigated. I find that to be interesting. We're going to get into that. Lobo men's basketball at Air Force tomorrow. We will get into what all that has to do. There's just a ton going on as we go into the first full busy, second sports weekend of the calendar year. Emails, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. on the X _ JJ Buck. You can find us on TV. We are on Xfinity Channel 26 throughout the state of New Mexico. Adrian is in this morning, and he is producing on ProView Network. It's on our Facebook page, the OG and the AM, and, of course, on the YouTube channel for ProView Network. We get through the portal as well. JJ, 10,000 plus student athletes in the football portal.
So you want to take a chance on yourself?
Yeah. I know we're going to tell a lot of stories and who ends up where and who ends up making a lot of money. I wonder if the story will be told. And I don't say this, A, cheering this on, or B, in hopes of the student athletes who don't find a spot, that left a place. Now, granted, very often a student athlete will enter the portal because the coach suggests, you know what, you're probably not going to play. It's probably time for you to go. I think that happens way more than you want to recognize. But how many times will we not find you here? Dude, I'm watching. Yes, it's showing me this play over and over. That dude is grabbing the receiver by the neck, like pulling him down. I mean, if there was a flag, I would have no problem. I get it. Ole Miss wants a penalty on the last play of the game. I mean, they show me every angle. That's gonna. There's just no way it's not. Other than, is this the last play of the game? Is the Hail Marys, but not because. Would you tell me they don't throw it there?
It's an unwritten rule in football.
We break unwritten rules all the time.
Not on Hail Marys.
Until we do. I mean, until we do. Like, you're Adam. There's no way that
every Hail Mary we've seen this season, there's been pass defense. And this is the biggest one.
Again, I'm not saying they should have. I'm saying it was. That's all I'm saying.
As the rest of them have been pictured, most likely.
And I would have had no problem if they threw the flag. I would have had no problem. And the guy was right there, and you know what's going through his mind, too. Do I do this? This is the biggest play of the season. I mean, he's right there. Literally. I mean, you don't have to see me. I mean, it's small. The opening drive, 505-246-0610. Come on in, and I want your thoughts on the game last night, because it was terrific. 505-246-0610. Hey, fellas, how you feeling? New year, new you. Or how about new year, getting that you back that you loved so much? How about getting that you back? You're losing your edge a little bit, maybe gaining weight, struggling, tired, not focusing, just don't feel like you. All of these could be signs of low testosterone or hormone imbalance. I have some help for you right here in Albuquerque. It's the team at Vita Vital Medical, Albuquerque's expert specializing in testosterone replacement therapy, ED solutions, and peptide therapy. This all helps you restore strength, energy, confidence, and performance. They're local. They know what works, and they will help you get back in the game. They get a program that's focused on you. You don't walk in, they hand you a piece of paper or do what they do for everybody else. They take the time to talk to you, understand your goals, what's going on with your body, and then they create a plan that's tailored to you. Don't sit around any longer. Take action today and feel better now. The number is 505-240-8559, 505-240-8559, or visit VitaVitalMedical.com. That's VIDAVITAL. We'll do that again. VID is in David A. VITAL medical.com. Vita Vital Medical. Be back being the man you know you are. Feel alive again. Vita Vital Medical, Albuquerque's hormone health expert.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back.
Football and hoops tomorrow here at Least Sports Animal. Lobo women's basketball in the pit against Air Force. 1 o'clock tip, 12:30 is pregame. JJ will have the call from the pit. Same time over on News Radio KKOB Lobo men's basketball. Let me get this straight. Lobos play Nevada, men play Air. And women are here on These Sports Channel. Men are over on News Radio KKOB. Both 12:30 pregame, both 1 o'clock tip-offs. After that, in progress here on These Sports Channel, Rams and Panthers. After that, you get the Packers and Bears. That's tomorrow. And then on Sunday, Bills, Jaguars get going at 10:30. Niners, Eagles right after that. And then Chargers, Patriots in the evening is the NFL playoff starting. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Hey, I want to go back and revisit the non-call at the end of the game, because you are like, your face is so, you're so staunch, adamant. No, there's no question on this. The more I look at it, the more I'm convinced it's pass interference. But tell me why you're so flat out adamant, because that's how it is. Then you should never call it.
Because I'm not calling it on the biggest stage if they don't call it the rest of the year. Like, if it's one to say, hey, we have to start on these Hail Mary plays, on these plays in the end zone, looking at the fighting that is going back and forth between receivers and DBs, I'm on board. But I'm not just going to then scream to throw the flag at this stage when we haven't done it all year.
Yeah, I'm not screaming to throw it. I think it was pass interference, and I understand where you're coming from. But that was pass interference. And so what you're saying to me is 59 minutes and 50 seconds, we officiate the game one way, but on the last part of the game, we just like close our eyes. We don't see anything.
Exactly.
You can do whatever you want.
That's what they've done forever.
And so because we've done it, it feels out of character. Because you're not the guy who says, because we've always done it forever, we should do it.
I'm not. I'm usually not that person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But in this case, I understand if you're Ole Miss, you're very upset about it, but I can't then start arguing no play in week 4 for someone could have meant just as much to their season. And they finished the game on a Hail Mary. And it wasn't a national stage, so no one is saying we need to start calling.
Yeah, I would argue if it's an interference, it's interference. I would also throw the flag because it's not nearly as penal in college football as it is in the NFL. To your point, if they'd have thrown that flag, it wouldn't have been at the 2-yard line, or the 1-yard line. It would have been, I don't know, wherever they.
Yeah, it would have been 20.
20.
Yeah,
and they would have had another play at it. And I'm not saying they would have won the game or would have lost the game, but to me, I just, for the life of me, I don't know how you can convince me, and you can't, that you're going to officiate the game for 59 minutes and 50 seconds one way, but then, you know what, last time the game, beat the hell, do whatever you want, mug a guy, the rules go out the window, while it might be the most important play of the game, or it might not be, I don't know. But obviously, at this point it is. If you can do whatever you want, we're going to officiate it differently. I'm just going to close my eyes. And again, that's not why Miami won the game. It's not why, and I'm not screaming that at all. And I'm not even really necessarily screaming, "Oh, you've got to throw that." To me, that was pass interference, and I would have thrown. I would have liked to see a flag thrown, because why? Because it was obvious pass interference. The more they showed me 15 angles of it, and granted, it's bang bang. The official was right there. Because we've done it the whole way, and now it's the biggest game of the year, and that's how we've always done it, so let's always do it. I usually don't buy into that.
Well, let's start advocating and call it in week 1.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
That's where I'm at. Like, I can't sit here and say they needed to throw that flag when they don't do it at any other time. In the
any way that you would have said, yeah, well, you can't throw that flag? I mean,
well, if he had tackled him before the pass got like that's one where it's like,
I mean, it was all.
There was two hands going back and forth between the receiver.
But in a normal situation, if that was the middle of the field at the 40-yard line of the third quarter, okay, so you're okay.
I'm not arguing it against you. I'm saying I can't sit here and say I needed to see that flag thrown when they don't do it at any other point.
All right. Yeah, we're going to disagree on this one. I just, pass interference to me, when they're obvious pass interference, if we're going to throw these phantom pass interferences all year long, which, if we're going to do it all year long, we got these. I mean, I don't know how guys are supposed to play defense sometimes, but certainly not like that. And I get pass interference on routes, and you're just going, what the hell are we doing? And I get it. It's hard. Being an official is hard. Pass interference, pass interference. I just don't know how you have your own 10-second set of rules. Every don't touch them all, but on a Hail Mary, yeah, you can mug him, take him down, rip him down, put him down by the collar. That's okay. But don't do that. Or in the first week. I don't get it. All right, who you like tonight? It's going to be Oregon, and it's going to be Indiana, and it's going to be in the future. Hard to go against.
I like Indiana.
Yeah, it's hard to go against Indiana. And then Indiana at Miami. Miami getting a home game?
Like Indiana.
Ooh. The Miami defense is good. They gave up 27 points with really good offense. All right, let's get there first. All right, 505-246-0610. I'd love your thoughts on it. If you are, you watched the game last night. I mean, if they'd thrown past interference, would you have been upset? It wouldn't have put it.
I couldn't have sat here and told you it wasn't pass interference, but I would be frustrated that on that stage, the rest of the season, it's kind of it's one of those things where you're right in regard to pass interference, but they never call it on him.
I understand. And that's what that's okay, but that isn't right. It's just not right. I mean, unless we have different rules on what is defined as a Hail Mary. If a guy's throwing a pass from 40 yards or beyond and chucking into the end zone with less than 6 seconds left on the clock, then the rules are different and you can pull a guy down. Okay, then okay.
Unwritten rule, man.
So then write it. All right.
Said that about a lot of
people. 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. All right. What do you think of the way the Mon Williams has played out? Mon Williams is the quarterback still at Washington. He is the young man who earlier in the week, I guess a week ago-ish, signed a deal to return to Washington. He was going to make $4 million reportedly in NIL money. And then during the memorial service for a fallen athlete tweeted out or put out on his social media that he is in the portal. And everybody's like, wait a minute. What do you mean you're in the portal? You just signed a deal. His agent yesterday dropped him. You saw that?
I did see that.
Because the agent didn't want that smoke, because the agent represents not only Jed Fish, the head coach up there, but represents all kinds of other student athletes. And how does the agent go to these schools and sign deals when they're like, yeah, why are we working with you, dude? You're doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, this one, obviously there's a lot of stuff going on. And I saw some reports, too, that you got to be careful who you listen to. That someone got in his ear that had done this to a student athlete before.
Done what?
Like, hey, I'm staying here, and then got into his ear. I'm sorry, I forgot the name. I read the story yesterday. I apologize.
But told him, hey, I can get you more money somewhere else.
And so this had been someone that's been doing this with multiple athletes. And it's a challenge because you hear a dollar amount, even if Washington's giving you a number, and you hear something else, you're like, oh my gosh, let's go do it. And it's, who are you listening to? And you always have to say, all right, they say they're doing this for me, but what are they getting out of it? And I think we saw this play out with Williams, that he listened to someone that's done this before, put himself in a really bad situation, took a step back and said, man, like, people are bailing on me, this is awful, let's figure this out.
Do you think it ended up the right way, him staying at Washington?
From kind of reading about how someone got into his ear and it wasn't the first time this person had gotten to someone and caused the problems. I think this outcome worked.
All right, so he put this out right after the game started last night. So the national semifinal was playing. Demond Williams put out this post, quote, after thoughtful reflection with my family, I'm excited to announce that I will continue my football journey at the University of Washington. I'm deeply grateful to my coaches, teammates, and everyone in the program for fostering an environment where I can thrive, both as an athlete and as an individual. I'm fully committed and focused on contributing to what we are building. Additionally, I apologize that the timing of these events coincided with the celebration of life for Mia Hamed, a beloved member of our university community. I never intended to call attention away from such an important moment. I'm excited to reunite with my teammates and lead the University of Washington to success in 2026. So,
I just want to clarify what I was talking about. So it was an advisor or someone that was working with Nico Amaleef Tennessee, and it was a part of that situation.
Yeah, well,
that dude, you need to know his name, and don't listen, man.
What is his name? You know what? Is it anywhere? I mean, it does need to be.
Cordell Landers.
Okay. So Cordell's the guy who's going, man, I know I can get you more money. And Cordell to get 20%. Or whatever the number is.
So, yeah, so it was the whole situation at Tennessee with Nico. And
Nico signed his deal.
Mm-hmm. And so that was, kind of got in somehow with, like, this dude is just floating around trying to make money off these kids and cause problems, man.
Well, he's doing it.
You don't listen to this guy.
So he's been the center of the two highest profile of these deals. Nico Amaleeva leaving Tennessee was a huge deal. And then this one was gigantic. And he went to UCLA, and I'm sure Bruin James was that Nico Amaleeva went to a 3-9 record. All right, I got to take a break. Go to the phones when we get back. 505-246-0610. Emails, jeff@sportsgunamlady.com. Like I said, that ended up probably the least damaging that it could have been for everybody after the situation erupted. Demond Williams is going to have to wear that stain, I think. But, and whether he wants to be Washington or not, going back there. But that's the way that needed. Once the agent bailed on him, right, he's going, whoa, am I going to listen to that dude? Because there was nothing there. I mean, he could have been one of those guys got in the portal. He got somewhere. Somebody would think. But there would have been some damages going back. I think that was also part of this. I think they started to realize, damn, dude, Washington's got some real legal standing. You want to be the poster child for this? I mean, do you want to be that? Is that what you want to be known for? And probably the answer was no. I'll take my $4 million. Yeah. Hey, you got one of those friends whose backyard is spectacular, maybe a neighbor, a family member. They got whatever it is you want, water feature, pavers, or putting green. You want that for you, but now it's winter. There's a little snow on the ground. You're like, I'm going to wait till spring. Bad decision. Don't wait. Look, man, this winter has been spectacular. This has been beautiful. We've all been outside enjoying our yards year round. I have. And LaBarge Landscape came over and made that happen for me. They can do it for you. LaBarge Landscape is phenomenal. They took care of my front yard and backyard, cleaned it up for me, made it somewhere I really wanted to be. Because honestly, it was. I was just going back there and looking at it, and they'd gotten away from me. They came over and really, really made it nice. They're going to create what you want, whether it's a full transformation or you just need a cleanup. You know what that is? That is spectacular and fun, and you're going to get years of enjoyment. Don't wait till spring, though, because when you do, you get on a list. Everybody does that, and by the time your project's done, you miss half of next spring. It's going to be middle of summer. Call LaBarge Landscape today. Have it done now so when spring arrives, you don't have to wait. If you are not certain what you want, you kind of, I know I want something, but I need a little help. We'll send their design team out there. They'll drop some sketches, and you and your family get exactly what you want. You know what you want? Help. They'll come out and do it right now, and they'll take care of it, and you're going to have that yard of your dreams and get years of enjoyment from it. Remember, the people who get to enjoy that new landscape in the spring, those are the people who call LaBarge Landscape now. And if you're just looking for a cleanup, need the leaves cleaned up, the shrubs pruned, LaBarge Landscape does that as well. Go to their website, labargelandscape.net, L-A-B-A-R-G-E, labargelandscape.net. Look at the gallery of photos and the beautiful projects they've done, and then call them at 505-345-3000, 505-345-3000, and have them come out and create a beautiful landscape for you. Whether your project is small or large, the answer is easy. It's LaBarge Landscape.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
right, so Miami's in. Who's going to be on the other side? Indiana and Oregon go at it in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl tonight. Boy, we got entertainment last night. Carson Beck with the late touchdown. Trinidad Chambliss led Ole Miss down the field. PI is not PI in the last 10 seconds, so there was no PI, and boom. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Transfer portal is open. So as of Thursday afternoon, JJ, we have cleared 10,000 players in the portal. 10,000 players. For perspective, there's roughly 100 per team. There's 136, so there's roughly 136,000 college football players. So, numbers need some sort of context, and so put it in whatever context you want. But it's a phenomenal number. Lobos are losing and getting, and they're playing. It's portal roulette at this point. Some coming, some going. The carousel spins. As we look at numbers, as we look at the stories, as we look at really, JJ, I guess social media at this point, right? This is how we're watching who's coming and who's going. Lobos got a tight end from Iowa State. They got a defensive back from USC. They got a running back and a defensive end from Memphis. Their names on papers to you and me, right? We'll watch. You feel like they're doing it right?
Yeah, you have to be cautiously optimistic, especially with what we saw last season. I think a player like Dorian Thomas stands out of someone that was coming in from Arizona with zero, and he turned himself into one of the top pass catching tight ends in the season. I would be interested to know kind of late in the season what was up. It was football. He's a football player, banged up, but he looks low against Minnesota. Wasn't as much of a factor. But he then parlays that opportunity. He's on his way to Cal, and I think that in this era of college football, this coaching staff has embraced that. So they will take chances on players knowing you're talented. Maybe you didn't get a chance there, which has kind of been the transfer portal model for a while. Plus, I'm expecting them to go hard at talented FCS players and formula that worked for them last year.
You surprised where E.J. McKinney ended up going to be committed to Tulsa?
Yes.
Me too. I thought he was a
probably got a bigger check.
That's probably. Whatever the NIL money is in the American compared to where it is here. There's a lot of guys that have left who are still in the portal that have not committed. And again, this is one of those where you're going to watch and names maybe that you don't know. And I don't know how much we're going to play here, right? You say whether and you can go down the list of guys who are leaving, but how much were they going to play? And it's interesting. I don't know where people end up. The portal stays open. What's today's date? The 9th. What is it, through the 15th? Is that right? So there's 7 more days for guys to jump in. It'll be interesting to see now if Ole Miss's season ends and the season's going to end tonight. How many of those guys jump in as well? But I look at names and I'm like, all right. I mean, it feels like New Mexico's doing okay early on. I was looking at New Mexico State. They got a quarterback. They got a running back. They got guys to do. They're playing it well. But you get a defensive back from SC. He was at Texas A&M in Louisville. A guy named Kevin Longstreet. Played 4 games at SC this year. I mean, you got to believe. All right, look. Went to SC, went to A&M, went to Louisville. There's got to be a ton of talent. Right?
Yeah, you can get pretty intrigued by a player like that. They have to get depth in the secondary. I'm a big Frank Edwards fan. He's coming back. But, they were good on the perimeter, and it wasn't the preseason hype. And now I'm talking about Abraham Williams, man. He was non-factor, didn't play at all the second half of the season, left the team, and then the safeties, being able to have Austin Brawley coming back, Tavian Combs, I think is huge. But I think that is going to be a very strong point for this team next year, especially the front 7 players and the linebackers are coming back. But secondary, got to attack that hard. As do they wide receivers, man, because they finished the season with 3 wide receivers, and it was just pretty much keeping Jonathan catching passes downfield.
Yeah, and whatever you can find with Dorian Thompson. Were you surprised that Tavion Combs got granted that 7th year of eligibility? Because I was.
I was surprised, but reading about it and the injuries and then the COVID year, I guess there was a lane for it.
Yeah, I mean, 7 years. So will he be like the leader if he plays out? I have no idea what the numbers are. Will he be the guy who played the most games ever at the University of New Mexico just because he was here 7? I mean, nobody's going to stay here 7 years, right? Even if they have 7 years of eligibility, they're going to bounce around 3-4 different universities, right?
That's something.
He may end up being the leader in longevity. Granted, he was hurt quite a bit, but yeah. So the numbers are mind-boggling. The portal game is going on, and again, we had the conversation earlier about Demond Williams, the Washington quarterback who is staying at the University of Washington, not being played. I know we had a lot of conversation about that yesterday and how you felt about that. John's in on the text line, 505-246-0610. Jeff, JT, good morning, fellas. On this Friday, 9 January 2026, can we have a snow ho segment? As there is actual snow here in the Duke City. Thanks, fellas. John in a snowy Duke City. You have snow out at your hood?
Negative.
Dude, we had a ton. Like, I left the house, and I'm like, all right, it's going to be snow. And then by the time I got down the hill and hit Trentwood, there was very little. And I don't think
there's that invisible barrier.
Yeah.
Snow does not fall.
Did you get the hailstorm last night, though?
The grapple.
Is that what we call that? We don't call it hail anymore? What is grapple?
It wasn't quite hail because it wasn't as hard. Does that make sense?
I don't know, man.
What we got wasn't like hailstones. Like it was like popcorn.
Yeah, I'll give that. Those aren't hail; those are grapple. I'm not sure I've ever heard.
Or grap. Yeah,
I heard it yesterday for the first time, and I didn't know what it was.
And I was a little surprised. What is it? Thunder?
Yeah, dude. It was thunder, lightning. It was really kind of crazy, like July stuff. And then just what are we doing? Like early in the first quarter of the semifinal. It was. Yes, we will ho. We'll get you a snow ho. We got a sweet deal today as well. I think it's Jersey Mike. That usually means breakfast, doesn't it? Some sort of breakfast. All right, 505-246-0610. Let's get into the playoffs. Rams and Carolina. We got Bears and Packers. That's tomorrow. We'll start with those. It's the opening drive on. Oh, and I want to hit this, and we'll do it at some point today. The baseball players, the drain of baseball players. There's a good story in the Journal today, James Otis wrote, about the best baseball players in the state. We're going to Arizona for their senior year. They've already committed to colleges, but they're trying to improve their draft stock because the competition is better. They're moving to Arizona. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM, AM 670 Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with...
I understand that these bowls are very proud, but it is a little bit awkward that you win a playoff game and they're handing you a trophy
to win the Fiesta Bowl. So the lady, the Verbo representative lady, is up on the stage with Eric Moses, the executive director of the Fiesta Bowl, to give the trophy out. And Mario Cristobal's up there yelling, "Hey, could we get our players up here instead of all these other damn people?" And she's going on, and he doesn't care, and he's behind her making the U and trying to bring people up, and Eric gives him the ball, and he holds it up like, yeah, whatever, what is this? We're going to go 1-0. He couldn't give one bleep about what this lady was saying and any of that. Make sure we get the money that all comes in from Virgo and all that. But yeah, it's imperfect. I mean, I felt bad for Eric because I'm looking at his face and he's watching the chaos that's going on around him. And Eric's a good dude, man. And Mario's like literally just doesn't care with this. And this lady's stumbling and bumbling around, and I felt bad for her. She was out of her comfort zone as well. Yeah, that was awful.
Have you thought about, in all your bowl meetings, maybe doing some post-game like lessons for folks when they're up there and how to present trophies and give out awards?
I don't think that's ever come up. No.
Because you do a very good job at the end of the year.
Well,
New Mexico.
I'm one of the. I think I'm the only executive director who does it. And I wonder how long they're going to let me do it because it's the ESPN talent. It's always the TV talent. Lauren's sister was really cool about it the last few years. She's no, dude, do it. Like, it's yours. So, but I have a different skill set than many of the other executive directors. Like Adriana Herron, the CEO of Isleta, didn't want to speak, but then she did, on behalf of Isleta Resort Casino, we got the championship trophy to Coach Dakota and North Texas Mean Green. Congratulations. She gave him the trophy. It was cool. Gildan used to do it. Rob did it. Connie Armento's done it in Albuquerque before. I mean, it's if you're not used to it, if it's not your comfort zone, and let's be honest, if you're the title sponsor or presenting sponsor or whatever, and you just sat through a whole day of football, you might have a few cocktails in you, right? No, honestly, right? If you are, so think about it.
Woo!
No, but
you, baby, let's go.
To my point, you think I'm wrong though? If you are the CEO of whatever the company is, and I don't care.
You probably enjoyed yourself.
You probably had a couple. The day started with tailgating and pregame, and you were up in a suite somewhere, and right? I mean,
that would have taken next.
Well, no, I'm not saying she did or any of them.
So if she was on stage, she's like, "Where's Michael Irvin? Let's go!"
Put paddle to ass, like he said, right? Yes. I'm not saying she did or anybody. I'm just saying, think of the progression of the day. If that's who you are, and you're the title sponsor, you probably were. Right, it started with tailgates, and you were down on the field, and you were up in the suite, and you might have had one or two. I'm not saying you got hammered. I'm not saying you did. I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
We all know what you're saying.
Yeah. All right. I just watched that during the break. I'm like, oh, I didn't see that. Mario Cristobal isn't the warm fuzzy guy either. Nor does he want to be. I mean, he is. He's
like, I don't care. We won this game because we got to go 1-0 next.
Yeah, we got to go 1-0 next. All right. Where am I? I want to hit this story, JJ. James Yotis did a story in the Journal this morning about the two best baseball players in the state of New Mexico who have taken their talents to Arizona for their senior season because the competition there is better. Clinton Floyd is one of Sandia's star. They won the state championship last year. He's committed to Texas A&M. He has moved to Arizona. He's going to play for their state champion team there at Corona del Sol in Tempe. And J.J. Utash, who's an outfielder at Los Lunas, who's committed to Texas, has already moved to Gilbert. He's going to play for Williams Field High in Arizona. And they both say basically, look, it can raise my stock in the draft. The talent there is better. People are looking there better. I can become a higher draft pick, and if nothing else, they're not running away from. I could make more NIL if I go to A&M or Texas. And I don't know that how we're going to stop that with our best talent and the kids who have the means to do that. But I think it's just such a bummer. And people are going to want to place blame here. It may be a population thing. It's just me, there's way more better. There's just more there. And hence the competition is better. And these guys think they're going to be better trained for whether it's their college career or for the draft. Bella Hine is thinking about that.
No, we saw it.
She already committed to LSU.
She's at LSU right now.
She's at yeah, Bella. I was thinking. Who I was thinking? Bella, I know Bella. Basketball. I was thinking the cross country. John Raymond. Sorry. Yeah, no, Bella Hines did it too. I don't know. Everybody's going to want to place blame. I don't know if there's.
I don't
blame
think there's blame. I think some of it is just the reality that population numbers play into talent. You can. It's fair you have that chip on your shoulder mentality, but the numbers bear it out that there's more talented athletes in other places. Now, it doesn't mean don't give opportunities to New Mexico kids, but this is part of the conversation of there's better places to go. I will say I don't want to blame anyone, but I will then say if you have players in state, I'm looking at the Harper Dunn situation. If they want to stay here but go to a different school, let them, because the next step is they just leave the state altogether.
No.
So if you have talented players that, maybe they're going to go to a school and it might not feel fair because this school has a few more talented players than the other schools, well, at least you're keeping them in state. Don't deny them that opportunity. But if the opportunity is better out of state and you have the means to do it, heck yeah, I would do that for my child.
I mean, if it was going to better your kid's future, would you do it? You got family in Arizona, and you have the opportunity to go over there, move into a district. It's all about baseball. You're uplifting a kid in his senior season, and I understand what the priorities are. I'm not mad. I hate the situation is what the situation is. I just do. But James wrote a really good story, talked to the parents. Look, he's got an opportunity. What do you mean? Texas is where you want to be. This move gets you in front of the right coach for you for SEC baseball. It's the reality of what we're dealing with right now. All right, we'll get into the NFL playoffs. I want your thoughts on the big win by Miami last night. Opening drive, 505-246-0610. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Channel.
A built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action.
The Duke City. Now is the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Half of the national semifinal is set. Miami was the winner last night, 31-27 over Ole Miss in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. That's right, Verbo. That's who that young lady was trying to present the trophy to Mario Cristobal. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. You get the other semifinal tonight. It will be Indiana and Oregon in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Lobo Hoop tomorrow. They'll be at Air Force. The men over on News Radio KKOB. 12:30 pregame, 1 o'clock tip. Meanwhile, same time, JJ will have the ladies here on The Sports Animal. Lobos in the pit against Nevada. 12:30 pregame, 1 o'clock tip. I'm waiting for you to push send on the. Why are they playing at the same time? I can't watch them both.
On Saturday.
Whatever. I mean, is the Lobo men? Is that a TV game?
Mountain West Network.
So they could have made that whenever they want. So Air Force made that time, and New Mexico made that time.
Well,
a lot of it's
travel.
Well, it's flight, so the teams can get out. Now, the Lobo men are probably traveling charter. I'm going to guess because they always do. I don't know about the Nevada women. They probably need to catch a flight and get out. Last night, college basketball, New Mexico State was the winner, 80-64. They beat Western Kentucky down at the Pan Am Center. Aggies improved to 2-2 in conference play. They're 9-5 overall. Janelle Jones, 24 points for New Mexico State, who was up by significant margin, halftime, 46-28. That's 18 points. And then went on a 7-0 run, fueled by Jones in the second half. And so the Aggies are winners at home. They get Middle Tennessee on Saturday or tomorrow. As far as net, and I know this stuff, the JG, so 145 is where the Aggies are. So that road loss to New Mexico State, is that quad 2 or quad 3?
I will get that for you here in a moment.
And I give you that because I know Lobo fan is watching that as your resume, because if there is a blemish on your resume, it's not the loss necessarily to Boise yet, although let's see where they continue to go. But it would be what happened down at New Mexico State.
The net rankings this morning.
Yeah.
Lobo's at 44.
Okay. Boise State 64. That's still a quad 1 loss. Is that right? On the road?
Yes.
Okay.
New Mexico State.
I got them at 145.
Is updated this morning, 132.
All right. Well, that's good.
So that's in the quad 2.
Where's quad 2 go to 150? Road
135.
135. That move from a quad 3 loss to a quad 2 loss. So you're like, Lobo fan, as much as it pains you, you're rooting for New Mexico State to win basketball. Because if you could keep a quad 3 loss off of your resume, that will help you immensely as you're thrown in the mix. If you're thrown in the mix for an at-large, right?
Yes, and so some quad 2 opportunities ahead with San Diego State, Boise State, at Nevada, at Grand Canyon.
Are there any quad 1?
Quad 1s, both home and away Utah State, and then at San Diego State.
Was the Colorado State win quad one win?
2.
By 2. All right.
They're 91.
So I mean, the bottom line now is,
And that's, as you said, that's always evolving.
where do you got Utah State at? The one I'm looking at is 16.
Yes.
And so the levels at 44, so they moved up a spot yesterday. Didn't even fall. Santa Clara got beat by Gonzaga yesterday by 12 in school camp. That's another one you're watching. Where's Santa Clara?
Santa Clara is 56. That's a quad team.
Because that was at home, right? So you need them to move in the top 50 for it to be a quad. Yeah. All that
It's evolving. It's one part of it. You got your KenPom rankings, your other stuff, but it's just a kind of good idea with things that, especially when you're in conference play, there's not going to be much movement. But no, I will add in just in terms of looking at the top 4 on the women's side. In terms of net ranking, you got 4 teams in the top 100 right now. Not too bad. I'll take it. It does not.
Where's New Mexico?
So yeah, Colorado State at 65. That was a huge road win for Global Women. Wednesday night, the Aztecs 80, UNLV 89, and Lobos 95. And of course, we know as we've discussed, the quadrant much different for women.
Much more challenging. I mean, it's a lot harder. Yeah. All right, so that's there for you. All right, we talk. This is good comedy. I don't know why this is. 505-246-06. So we talked about the end of the game yesterday, the Ole Miss Miami, and should there have been pass interference? And I believe there should have. I'm not. This isn't one of those where I'm like, oh my goodness, this is egregious. JJ's point is, they don't call that at the end of the game. Well, okay, but it's a foul. Foul. It was. I mean, to me, it's an obvious pass interference. I get it. You don't call it at the end of the game, but now if they would have, it wouldn't have put the ball at the 1 yard line. This isn't the NFL. It would have been somewhere around the 20-yard line, and Ole Miss would have got another shot at it. There's no guarantee. In fact, the probability is still the game would have ended the same way. Lots of people screaming about it this morning, and I understand. Lane Kiffin's out, the former coach at Ole Miss, and Kiffin is one who says it should have been a pass interference. He put out a tweet that said amazing effort and grit, and then there was a heartbroken gift. It's his best season ever in the history of Ole Miss. Love guys. And then he there absolutely should have been a pass interference. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. I just find it comical that this is the first time he said something about that team, and it's when they're finally done, so he can go, okay, can I have my coaches back? Hey, there should have been a pass interference, fellas. There should have been something there. I found that. I don't know.
Boy, doesn't he get bonus still if they win?
I don't know how that goes. I don't. He put out a tweet that says pass interference 100%. And then there's some guy, who's John Root? You know who that is? It was Lane Kiffin reposting the guy's tweet. He says, I don't care if it's a Hail Mary in the CFP semifinal. This should be called pass interference every time. Miami got away with a clear penalty versus Ole Miss to win the Fiesta Bowl. ESPN's officiating expert calling this mutual contact is laughable. I agree with you.
Then bring it up when y'all are chilling at those spring meetings that you want it addressed throughout the year.
Pass interference. And we're going to call this marginal contact all the time on the outside and all this. Yeah, I mean, when a guy pulls a guy by the collar and pulls him down, it's pass interference. But yeah, Lane Kiffin, pass interference 100%. Well, look, Lane Kiffin was watching. Who knew? I do. I find that absolutely amusing.
Oh, it should have been pass interference. All right. Welcome coaches and players to LSU.
Yeah, now get your ass to work. Get rid of that old schmatters you're wearing. Get rid of that blue old Miss crap, and here's your purple and yellow. Get your ass to work. You'll be here at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Right? I just find it amusing.
I need to get on those mailing lists when coaches leave or something.
You want all the old gear? When Patino left, there were all these people on the social media wearing his old Lobo, like gave away all his old Lobo gear. Yeah,
There are a couple coaches that I'm like, I think we're kind of similar. Maybe we can...
I'll even launder it for you. Yeah. Ferris is all over it. Every time we do a Lobo game, and Daniel and I have 2 more. We get one next Tuesday, and then I think we get one more. So we've had like 9-10 games this year. And Daniel's all over. There's one manager, and I hope he knows his name because he's begging him for gear every day. I'm an extra large. Just say it. I mean, I like that one right there. And if you got those, I'm an XL. Daniel's just
get in line, Daniel.
Begging for
You're
gear.
an alum and you can't even get stuff. That is the one thing. I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but
You have no gear, right? So like the gear that you got to buy at the Costco.
It's just not. It's not a UNM thing. And I understand it costs money. I get it.
Portnoy gets it though, right?
I don't know. No comment. On my pay grade.
I mean, he's always wearing. Now they gave me a hat.
Oh, that's cool.
Did you get the
I
hat?
got the hat.
You got the hat, right? But that wasn't even from UNM. That was from Playfly. Yeah, that was from Brent, right? The Gray Lobos Brandon Bills hat. That's pretty nice.
I do like that one.
Yeah, that was nice.
Thanks for that. Playfly sport.
But yeah, most
first world problem, right?
No. Most play-by-play guys are wearing their stuff. But I remember when Hoser was doing the in-game stuff, and I unloaded Mike. I gave him like 4 shirts or something because he had to go do the on court. Hey, who wants a pizza? Who wants a T-shirt, guy? And he didn't have a Lobo shirt, so I gave him like 4 shirts I had sitting in the closet from over the years. Yeah. So do you always wear a logo shirt when you do Lobo games?
Yes, I wear a Lobo polo.
Is that expected? Because Daniel and I don't.
I don't think it's expected. It's just what I've done, just given the fact that I get to travel with the team and be there and stuff. So.
Yeah.
It's maybe other voice of the logos.
Yeah. It's a weird one for me too, right? Because we're supposed to be, but when you're working for them, you're not necessarily neutral. Do you do I know this is way over the top now, way inside baseball. And I listen to you, but I know what you sound like. I wonder what your philosophy is. Do you try to do it over the top Homer broadcast, or because I know who I'm broadcasting to. My philosophy is I'm doing the UNM broadcast, but I do believe that people want to hear what's going on in the game, right? If the other guy's playing really well, I don't think it's sacrilege to say, hey, that guy for UC Riverside is out of his mind. He's a really good player. I try to, give you a somewhat slanted New Mexico broadcast, but no way over the top. And that's my style. And I've always tried to do a relatively neutral and I guess excitement for the people for whom I'm working.
I'd look at it the same way. Now, maybe like we're on the road.
Yeah.
Can I throw in a few more?
Yeah.
Yes, because it's not they're being simulcast. I do take that into account.
You got simulcast.
I appreciate that opportunity. I do think it. They're giving me a chance on the Mountain West Network games. When it is simulcast, and it's going out there, and that is in the back of my mind of calling the game for radio and TV at the same time, but also acknowledging. Yeah, I was talking about Colorado State the other night, and like the game's happen. Like I'm not going to pretend like that Brooke Carlson isn't the best player on the floor at the moment.
Yeah.
When Colorado State got off that hot start, and like she was the fastest player I've seen with the basketball in her hand all year, and we played 5 Big 12 teams. But like you acknowledge that stuff, and then I am someone that I want to try to save it for the right moment. Like when Layla Abdul-Rakib hits a contested 3-point shot with 1 second on the shot clock, it's going to sound a little different than.
Well, sure. And that's where I think you're supposed to get up for big moments, not for every 3-yard rush or every bucket score. I think our responsibility is to tell the story of the game. And if the other team's kicking your butt, then you got to tell the story of the game. I work with Daniel, and Daniel is a former player, and he's a big we guy, and we got to do this, and he's rooting outwardly, and that's cool. That's his thing. I
think that's kind of the expectation, at least from that.
From the analyst?
That role.
Yeah.
But
it's like when I watch the news. I watch the news and they show me 8 Lobo highlights, but they lost, 86-62. I'm like, wait, you didn't tell me the story of the game. I don't need to see every player. Oh, there's Bouillon, and there's Howell, and there's Flop, and there's. I don't need to tell me this. Like everybody, but they lost. It's like the ice clip highlights. Here's the sack fly in the third, and they lose 11-2. Why are you showing me a highlight? You're not
because you were there.
But to me, the job of is not just to show me the local highlights. It's tell me what happened. Show me what happened, and that's what I think our response is. Anyway, that was way off a tangent. All right, we got
inside baseball. No, I love it because I think a lot of what I've done, and first from you, and I can credit you helping me out. People, even if they're listening, they want, even if as fans, they want a fair story.
No.
Of what you're presenting.
No, I think that's right. All right, we got a sweet deal when we get back. You're going to love this one because you do every time. We are going to get into the NFL playoffs. Let's go. 505-246-0610 is the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 650 Sports.
This report is sponsored by...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This.
I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. I'm pretty sure that's how that just played. It's the opening drive. Jeff Scambietta, JJ Buck. We got football for you all weekend long. Right after Lobo Hoops tomorrow, and JJ's going to have to call Lobo women's basketball. Lobo's in Air Force Pitt, 12:30 pregame, 1 o'clock tip here on the Sports Animal. Same time, Lobo men. I say Air Force. you're playing Lobel women are playing Nevada at the pit. Lobel men will play Air Force same time, different stations, and then after that, we got Rams and Panthers here on the Sports Animal. Packers and Bears go at each other after that, and then we got it all day Sunday and then on Monday night. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. What you gonna eat whilst you are watching all that footy? Well, I got an idea for you, and it's our sweet deal today, and it is one of your favorites. It is Jersey Mike's. You log on to our website, sportsanimalabq.com. You do that right at 9 o'clock because they tend to be gone by 9:03.
Yes, 9:02.
Yeah, that's how they go. $60 worth of Jersey Mike's. It only costs $30. Leo is here. Well, since you're doing this Stub in the Tub thing, call me fat. Is it still the Merry New Year? It's the 9th. I haven't seen you. Happy New Year.
No, Happy New Year's. Yeah, speaking of New Year's, a lot of people are trying to cut carbs, watch their diet, even watch how they're looking. And
why is he looking at me when he says that?
Come on, man. And what you need to know, man, Jersey Mike's offers the Stub in the Tub. That's any sandwich you want on a bed of lettuce made as a salad. Cut the carbs, man. I know a lot of people have New Year's resolutions, want to fix on themselves, work on themselves. Doesn't mean you have to shy away with Jersey Mike's. Come get a Stub in the Tub.
All right, the Stub in the Tub is available now. Will it be available basically
24/7?
All year long, or is it stop in March?
All year, all year long.
When everybody's done with the gym and back to
when they forget about it, right?
That's right, back to the candy. All right, you also have something called the Boardwalk Bundle, which is yummy. What's that?
Yeah, a little taste of Jersey Shore favorite. It comes with ham and capicola, of course, Mike's Way. Chip and drink for $10.99.
Mike's Way is with that vinegar and oil.
Yeah, Mike's Way is onions, lettuce, tomatoes, juices, and spices. Make your neck hair start dancing.
That's how it is. You got the Mike's Club, which is at jerseymikes.com/Mike's Club. So you earn points towards free subs, which is a way whilst you're eating, whilst you're grubbing, whilst you're earning, whilst you're getting free stuff.
Yeah, man. Get the app. Download the app. Get the points. Remember, every Monday is double points, and if you have the app, you get inclusive deals to what days we do offer deals and double points.
So it keeps coming down to you. Yeah,
it keeps going, man.
Is there a new sub coming? Is that what I've been...
Rumors have it there might be a spicy Italian hitting the table soon.
Really?
We haven't gotten too much info on it, but I think it might come in the next couple of weeks.
Who would have the info?
Danny DeVito.
And what about Eli? Did you see Eli last night?
Yeah.
Eli was dressed as Eli at the Ole Miss game. See him out there?
I did not.
He was late, so he was supposed to be the. I think he was hanging out with Danny DeVito.
They're probably eating subs, man.
Well, so the Miami guys come out, right? The honorary captains, and there's Edrin James, and there's Ray Lewis, and they're walking out, and they're looking all serious. And here come the three Miami captains, and then Eli comes jogging out late. Oh, wait for me, and
yeah, that's okay, man. Too busy eating subs. Yeah, don't forget, man. Jersey Mike's is now an official partner of the NFL, so you need to keep those guys around.
It's your sweet deal. It goes live on our website, sportsanimalabq.com. Click on the sweet deal logo. Do it at 9 o'clock because by, what'd you tell me, 9:02 they're gone?
9:02 they're gone, man. You got 120 seconds.
That's all there are. $30, $60 to spend over at Jersey Mike's. Leo, great to see you.
Thank you.
Always appreciate you guys doing this, and congratulations on all the success.
Thank you, sir. All Happy New Year's, everyone.
You as well. So go do that. Are you on the no carbs dude?
No. Carbs equal energy.
They do. All right. 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. The no carb thing, huh? Is that what everybody's starting? Is that like...
It's all about balance and maintenance.
All right. This one's from Ronnie. This is interesting. Jeff and JJ, you both are the best at the broadcast. Have you both ever called a game together? Have we?
We did a high school basketball game back in the day.
On ProView?
Yep.
I think that's probably right.
Do you remember that?
Vaguely. Where was it?
I think at Tristville Heritage.
I do remember that. I only remember it because going out there. Yeah, we did that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, not a lot though, huh? No, that's interesting. No, I don't. We haven't done a lot though. JJ's play-by-play career has taken off and gone a lot of different directions, and I've been blessed to get a few games this year as well. So, it's been kind of cool. All right, playoffs tomorrow. Start you off. Rams are 10.5-point favorites. They go into Carolina. They lost to Carolina. Matt Stafford has. Let me ask you this. Let me go broad on this. I think the answer is easy. The most pressure of any single player in the playoffs this year is Josh Allen. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? I mean, it's all on him. You got to win. There's no Lamar's not in it this year, and Mahomes isn't in it this year, and this is your year, and you got to win. And meanwhile, they're what, 5th seed, 6th, and they got to go on the road to Jags, and they're under. Are they dogs? Are they road dogs? I don't even know where we are. But I think everybody I know is picking Jags. Most to gain in this, because Matthew Stafford, if they make a deep run, go to the Super Bowl. I don't know if you think he's a Hall of Famer now or not, whatever numbers tell you, but and I think he's going to win the. I thought Colin Cowherd laid out the MVP race really, really well yesterday. Rams have the toughest schedule in the league. The Patriots have like the easiest schedule in 26 years. He said, "Who'd you do it against? You play who's in front of you." And Stafford's numbers are still unbelievable: 46 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 4,700 yards. The Rams are 12-5. Granted, they didn't win their division. He's got the most to gain, doesn't he? Like, as far as, well, I mean, everybody does. I hate saying that because the playoffs, and this is what you play for, and so every single person does. I mean, I don't care if you're Drake May or Caleb Williams, Jordan. Everybody's got a lot on the line, and it means a lot for your legacy because you only get so many chances. But biggest impact, this solidifies him if he makes a deep run, right?
I think the player that has the most to gain this postseason is Trevor Lawrence.
That was my next, and it's funny that you said that because I was going to go there. Okay.
Because I think Stafford is in a position where they don't blame him for Detroit. That was an era where you saw...
They blamed everybody else.
Yeah. They're like, oh, you had Calvin Johnson, and he retired early, even going back to Barry Sanders.
Well, you know why?
Like, it was one where, like, it wasn't you, Matt, it was everyone else.
Well, look at his numbers. His numbers were spectacular.
And then,
what more could you want?
Yeah, you get him to a organization with pulse and more talent on the other side of the football.
And he wins the Super Bowl.
And wins the Super Bowl. Yeah. So I think he's locked in as a Hall of Famer, but I think it absolutely could climb him up the ladder of people. When you talk about best quarterbacks of the era, actually start putting Matthew Stafford in that conversation.
Sure. Coach that has to win this week: Sean McDermott, Mike Tomlin, Nick Sirianni, or Matt LaFleur? Or all the above? I mean, is this one of those?
The answer, you're right. The answer is all the above, but the number one to me, Nick Sirianni.
I think it's McDermott. Now, that doesn't mean if they both lose, in the first round, they both will lose their job. I think McDermott, because you've got Josh Allen, and this window is getting thinner, and at some point you can't go out in the first round to Jacksonville.
It's really
and
the
John
fact Patrick
Harbaugh's
Mahomes is not there.
Well, and John Harbaugh's on the market. Just saying.
What do you come down on John Harbaugh?
Well,
because I know we had this talked about it a little bit yesterday of looking at some of these playoff teams. I think McDermott is absolutely on the bubble. I do agree with that, whether or not John Harbaugh was on the market or not.
And here's why I think he is more than Sirianni. Sirianni's got the one chip. Dude, won a freaking Super Bowl. Or not that, right?
And he's been in the Super Bowl twice.
He's got that. Now, granted, that only lasts for a week, and then it doesn't matter anymore. But if you're going to ask me who's got a little bit more stability, I think McDermott's got. If they don't win, he's out by Tuesday.
I could see that. I think with Sirianni, he's proven, like they've proven they trust him, and it's just more of the outside noise of, like, why do you keep doubting a team that's been in the Super Bowl twice, won it last year, won 11 games, and you just keep thinking they're bad?
Because we don't like the way they win.
So I'd probably move off Sirianni. Talking through it, but the Harbaugh stuff is interesting. I think John Harbaugh is a good coach because he puts people in position to succeed. Like, there's different styles of coaching. But I look at some of these teams, and I'm thinking, all right, if you want Harbaugh, you feel like you need stability. Because John Harbaugh's not calling an offense. He's not calling the defense. So it's still, who's he bringing with? Yes, there's a presence, there's some of that consistency you get, but I don't see, like, I'm not blowing out Matt LaFleur at all to go for John Harbaugh, because then I just have a giant question mark of what is my offense going to look like.
Can I give you my thoughts on John Harbaugh when we get back?
Absolutely.
Since we're at the break. So I will do that because I got different thoughts. But I'll tell you. All right, 505-246-0310. You playing Prize Picks? You should. You can play Dante Moore tonight. Can I really? Dante Moore against Indiana, 223.5 passing yards, more or less. You can pair that up with Michael Porter of the Clippers tonight. 25.5 points, more or less. You want to play, I don't know, Malik Benson, an Oregon wide receiver. They have 3.5 receptions. That's what you do with Prize Picks. You're watching the games anyway. Download the app and have fun because you got hoops, and hockey, and football every night. It's a great way to play. Whether you're starting a new routine, you're making player picks for the first time, or look, it's just fun. Now I get it. Trying something new can be hard. But in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. You got high-pressure playoff matches every weekend, elite hoops almost every night. The action never stops in Prize Picks unless you take control. Download the Prize Picks app, play lineups of 3 to 6 players, pick more or less, sit back, watch the games, and when you're right, you win. And now Prize Picks is offering you early payouts. So what does that mean? Your player gets off to a hot start. You've got the option to cash out your winnings before the game even ends. Kind of tremendous. You can find your community on Prize Picks as well. They've got a new social feeds feature. You can share Prize Picks with your friends. You can copy online lineups from winners with a single click. Download the Prize Picks app. Do it today. Use the code KNML. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code KNML. $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup on Prize Picks, where it is good to be right.
We had a major accident.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat.
Body. Saying, good to get a hold. Saying, just saying, you know what I'm saying?
You know.
Rod says, boy, you know what, Jefferson? New Mexico must be the only place where the goofy-looking weather dudes will make grass go crazy when we finally get rid of all that awful, nice, warm weather for 1 inch of snow in the foot. Well, probably right. Oh my goodness, it's snowing! Yay! We didn't like that great, beautiful, warm, sunny weather. 505-246-0610. All right, you asked me how I feel about John Harbaugh, right?
Yes, I did.
I think he's a difference maker. I think he's a culture changer. I understand he's in his 60s. I still think he's in his coaching prime. And I think this is going to be a great change of scenery and probably a rejuvenation for him. Jeff, how do you leave one of the best quarterbacks in football and then it gets better? Well, fair question. And maybe it ends up being great for Lamar too, right? Because if Baltimore finally wins, we're going to say, oh, well, Harbaugh wasn't that good. I think when you have consistent success at a level at which we did for so long, I look at a culture and I look at what the identity of those teams were for all those years. And the identity of those teams was hard-nosed, up, disciplined football. He went with Joe Flacco. He was consistent over the years with an off-injured Lamar. I look at some of those playoff losses. It's so hard for me to pin it on a guy when when Zay Flowers fumbled. Well, Ray Rice don't feel. When Ray Rice hits a woman in an elevator. When Zay Flowers fumbles going in for a touchdown. When Mark Andrews drops the pass at the goal line. When Tyler Luke pushes the field goal right. And you're like, well, Jeff, the coach has to take the wins and the losses. And you're right. And that's why I tell you all the time, I think the coaches get too much credit and too much blame. But I think his teams are always in a position to win, and sometimes players have to make plays. I said sometimes. Always. And I look at him, if I'm an organization, I don't recall any players up until this recent issue from one beat reporter in Baltimore that he supposedly has with Lamar ever having an issue.
And I don't think that's actually a thing.
I don't think it is either.
He built that team around Lamar Jackson. Yeah. He believed in Lamar Jackson when everyone else did it. Lamar's the last pick of the first round. People are like, this dude can't play quarterback in the NFL. You have all the old heads saying he needs to be a wide receiver. He's an NFL MVP. So I don't necessarily think it was something that was like not repairable between those. I'm on board with you in terms of stability, the culture of what you're getting. I'm sure he can get some great coaches to work with him. I'm just looking at it from the standpoint of the playoff team. The only one that, to me, I could see, all right, you could say this is going to be better for us, would be Buffalo. But I think everyone else, like,
right
I
now,
wouldn't
what
make
playoff teams are we looking at? I mean, I don't think he's better. I would not fire Matt LaFleur for right. I think that would be so knee-jerk in Green Bay. I wouldn't do it. What other playoff team are we talking?
To me, there's none.
Okay. So Buffalo would be the one I do think. I think they're going to play. Whether Harbaugh's on the market or not, if they lose in the first round this year, I think they're going to fire Sean McDermott. I just do. Now, the fact that he happens to be there, would that be an upgrade to me? Yeah. It would.
And that just would make sense why, too, Harbaugh, knowing he is the belle of the ball, can be like,
hold on.
I'm going to see how this plays out. Don't need to jump at anything.
Yeah, but that's my feeling. I just think he's the difference. All right, 505-246-0610. Fred, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Fred.
Hey, guys. Hey, I wanted to talk about 2 or 3 subjects. One was I missed you yesterday, and I want to congratulate Christy Baines. I met her when she first got here, working that T-shirt and all the souvenir stuff, and what a great accomplishment for her to go from that job to general manager. So just congratulations to her. She's a really neat girl. And then second, I think these guys going to Arizona's a mistake. Gosh darn, you got one of the best baseball academies in the country. Oh, footy's one of the best. Look at all the people he's brought up and put in the major leagues and stuff, all these kids and stuff. And I think they're making a mistake doing this. I think that going to Texas and going to Texas A&M, 2 of the best baseball schools in the country, I think the slap in the face to footy of them, because I'm sure they worked out with them before. And then third, I wanted to talk about the Louisville women's basketball team. Gosh, I almost think that Lila, I can't pronounce her last name, number 44, but I think she needs to probably start now in place of, I love Padilla, I really do, but I think she needs to start in place of, or play at least 25 to 30 minutes every game, because she's by far the best three-point shooter in the conference. I think she's hitting 43, 44%, something like that. And then the last thing is, gosh, I hope we don't lose that Kia Foster. She's a stud. I've had some friends of mine that lived back and watching us talking about how good she was. And the poor girl, she broke her finger, hadn't got the chance to play much. And I hope we don't lose her to the NIL thing, because this girl could be a stud. I don't know if JJ wants to talk about her too, but she's a really good player.
Yeah,
and that's all I call about, guys.
I appreciate it. Thanks. What do you think about the lineup?
Don't like it. It's not necessarily how you start, how you finish. And she's playing plenty of minutes, and her role works. Nyla Padilla is a bit streaky, but I don't think you change your lineup because it hurts your bench. And the way this team wants to play and the wave that they want to come at you with. So I would not change the starting lineup because it comes down to overall minutes played. And if you look at the Colorado State game, yeah, Layla didn't start, but she played 20 and finished the game, and it was phenomenal. So I would not make a change to the starting lineup. And for Kaya Foster, yeah, it was a bummer that she broke her finger, missed a couple weeks. But coaches talked about it. You see it that they're really excited about her, but sometimes it's just about being able to find your moments. You miss 2 weeks of practice in the season. It happens.
Right. The baseball players we was talking about going to Arizona, if you just joined us, J.J. Utash of Los Lunas and Colton Floyd from Sandia, 2 of the best baseball players in the state. One committed to Texas, one committed to A&M, and both could go high in the baseball draft this year. Both have moved or are moving to Arizona to finish their senior season and play baseball over there. And the thought is they're going to better their stock for the draft and maybe put themselves in better NIL earnings going into next year because the competition, population, baseball, just the visibility coming out of high school playing over in Arizona, they feel a better opportunity. So that's all right. When we get back, I want to get more into the games tomorrow, especially that Packers-Bears game. This is the one that's getting all the talk. Is that the best game of the slate? Maybe not. The opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance is making it easy to save money. When you bundle your auto policy with home, condo, or renters, you'll earn a multi-policy discount. Easy to bundle, easy to save. Visit Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
We have a major accident in Wyoming at Burleson. It's in front of Albuquerque Academy. Wyoming is closed at Academy to San Antonio in both directions. And police are diverting you around the Academy. Cleanup continues at Dennis Chavez at 118th Street. The crash there blocking the northbound traffic into the neighborhood. Otherwise, it's light traffic around town. The interchange looks good, and your river crossings are at normal speeds.
See an accident? Call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167 from American Home Furniture and Mattress Plus at I-25 and Comanche. Shop the entire store up to 50% off. Check our weekly specials at AmericanHome.com. Click deals. I'm Grace Toledo from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
I'm JJ Buck with your Mile High Moment. The Denver Broncos are the #1 seed in the AFC, 14-3, and they will host the lowest remaining seed after this weekend's upcoming playoff games. Sean Payton and company have got the job done. They will be a hard out at home defense, and they find ways to win in the fourth quarter. And don't forget, this is the only place to hear the Denver Broncos on the playoff run, and The Sports Animal is your exclusive home for the NFL playoffs and Super Bowl 60.
Right up here to help the team with the best of one sport. Defense is the name of the game, and no more. Jacksonville is arguably the strongest run D in the league. Not a single RP can crack a 70-yard mark on the ground against them this season. Against the slightly favored Bills, the Jags locked down. Give me the under 81.5 James Cook rush yards at -115. Bet smarter digital. Download the BetMGM app today.
Sniffles and sneezes got you down? GoodRx is here to help with big savings on commonly prescribed cold and flu meds. GoodRx is free and easy to use. GoodRx is accepted at all major pharmacies like CVS, Walmart, and Walgreens. Just search your prescription, find a coupon, then show your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx is not insurance, but it works whether you have insurance or not. If you do, GoodRx may beat your copay price. Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com to save today.
Do I choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Limited time. For JD Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at the Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Hey, this is Lisa Stofan. Heard the Mark Patrick weight loss hypnosis hype? Well, I attended because my father stopped smoking with hypnosis. Hypnosis eliminated my desire for soda and fast food, made me want to exercise, and I lost 60 pounds in 6 months. My energy level exploded. I went to another session to deal with some other problem foods, and I lost another 10 pounds. In fact, I brought my husband. He lost weight. More important, cholesterol and blood pressure improved. My friend went, and she lost 20 pounds in the first 2 months. So does Mark Patrick hypnosis work? Oh yeah, it works. Nothing has changed my life more. Well, except maybe my husband. He's so proud of me. It makes me cry.
It really is life-changing. What are you waiting for? Join Mark Patrick Hypnosis and lose the weight or stop smoking or your money back. Only $59.99. Weight loss hypnosis is Saturday, January 17th at the Courtyard by Marriott in Albuquerque at 11 a.m. Stop smoking hypnosis 2 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
Budget for a vacation, but who puts away money for a garage door repair? Almost nobody. Scott Stigler here. So what happens when it doesn't work? Get off the internet and call a friend. That's Windsor Door Sales and Security. They've been honest and affordable for 55 years and have plenty of parts to fix your door and fix it right. Call 345-6604 or visit WindsorDoorSales.com.
Best friend
Family Innovations. Rent a door sale.
Want to make 2026 your year of adventure? Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with a lifetime subscription for 65% off. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babbel. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
I'm Omar Reese with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. There's now an 8th team in need of a new head coach for 2026. The Dolphins have hired Mike McDaniel after 4 seasons. He finishes with a 35-33 record and 2 playoff appearances, but failed to reach the postseason these past 2 seasons. Miami will now be searching for both a new head coach and general manager. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers have fired offensive coordinator Josh Broussard after 1 season in that position. Tampa's offense fell off significantly this year, finishing 21st in yards per game and 18th in points per game after ending 2024 season in 3rd and 4th in those categories. Elsewhere, Rams receiver Davante Adams has no injury designation for Saturday's wildcard matchup with the Panthers. Adams has missed the last 3 games with a hamstring injury. And Bears receivers Rome Odunze and DJ Moore also good to go after being limited in practice this week for their game against the Packers. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
The most beautiful time of year is upon us. Tax season. And Tax Slayer is here to help you file. We guarantee 100% accuracy and your maximum refund. Those are some good numbers. And you can trust me, because I'm a talking calculator. Did I mention Tax Slayer even has support from real U.S.-based humans? If you have any questions along the way, beat the rush and start for free today. Tax Slayer. File fearlessly.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your 2nd month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your 2nd month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Site for additional details.
The jungle has always had Lobos. You guys have been with me since the very beginning. The Jim Rome Show is on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Let me sing. Yep, back at it here on the Sports Animal. Jeff and JJ, 505. Bruce with the net ranking. College basketball, we'll get to that. But we're on the NFL playoffs coming up tomorrow and Sunday here on the Sports Animal, of course, on Monday. The game that everybody's talking about is this Bears and Packers game. And I don't know. It's going to be good. The one I'm looking forward to the most is Sunday early Bills and Jaguars. I think that's the best one, or at least to me the most intriguing. I mean, they're all good, man. You can give me a storyline for everyone. Chargers, Patriots, me as well. Jordan Love hasn't played since the first half of week 16. That was 16, 17, 18, and now. Concussion is the Bears. Yes, practiced at least limitedly since the injury. Cleared protocol last week. He was the backup last week, and he's ready to go. That's why the Packers are favored. Rust or rest? Where do you favor in this?
I'm a Jordan Love. I think he'll be fine coming out. When he said he's been staying locked in practice, I feel like he's going to be rusty, and it's going to be a game where we'll see the soldier-filled wind. What are the weather conditions going to be like? The Packers, have pretty good advantage if they're able to attack downfield. I really like what Christian Watson was in the second half of the season, being that big playmaker. Josh Jacobs, because the Bears, their defense has to turn you over. And if it is blistery conditions and it's not great to throw the football downfield, I think that gives Chicago some opportunities on those deep shots and really helps them stay in the game.
More to gain in this one, Love or Williams? Because I think Love has earned a playoff cred when they went on that run and beat the Cowboys and went to the NFC Championship game a couple of years back. I thought he got a lot of credibility. Now, again, that only lasts so long. Does he get a pass because he's coming off of the concussion? Caleb Williams went home. They were in contention for the number 1 seed. This is, to me, Caleb Williams has more to gain here because this is his bump into that next level of, all right, he can get it done the postseason. Where I think you already have that trust a little bit in Jordan Love.
This is one where Jordan Love will take a hit because being the veteran, and I think the veteran in these situations, and they're going to be expected to perform at a certain level. And yeah, there's more upside for Caleb Williams being his sophomore season, and you paired him with Ben Johnson, and you saw what he could become, and getting the Bears to the playoffs 11-6 overall, winning that division. And when you look at the matchups with these quarterbacks and how they play out, I think it's fascinating this year with 3, Drake May, Bo Nix, and Caleb Williams, the situations they're in as home favorites in playoffs. Now, the Bears aren't favorites, but I should say getting their team to the postseason host home game.
All right, we got more to get into there. I want your thoughts on favorite games this week. What you thought about the Miami game last night? Should there have been pass interference in the last call? And what would you think if Major League Baseball went to split season, first half, second half, and created an in-season tournament? That is on the table in baseball. It's the opening drive, Jeff and JJ on a Friday on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Network.
See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to.
Now is the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Miami 31-27 over Ole Miss last night in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. They go on to the college football championship game and play the winner tonight's Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl between Indiana and Oregon. The opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, also last night. A little less fanfare, but congratulations to Jason Hooten, the New Mexico State coach. His 300th career victory as the Aggies beat Western Kentucky down the Pan Am Center 80-64. Aggies go to 2-2 in conference play and at 9-5 overall. 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. That was done pretty quietly down. Jason gets, 300 is a pretty big accomplishment.
It is. That is a lot of wins as a head coach.
Yeah, and probably a lot more in front of him. And he's certainly a friend of our program, so appreciate and congratulate Jason. All right. Kind of into the playoffs a little bit tomorrow. Oh, let me hit this one. And I saw the story this morning. I had not heard it. So Rob Manfred is a baseball commissioner, Major League Baseball. And he was on WFA in New York yesterday, and he was talking about a number of things, including an in-season tournament, kind of like the NBA Cup, and a split schedule, meaning you'd have a first-half winner and a second-half. I'm not sure how that would work with all the wild card stuff you got involved and everything else. Do you like either one of these? I mean, baseball is this traditionalist and is numbers driven and is, just driven by its past of any sport we have. So you think?
Yes.
And I know, I know
unwritten rules, baby.
I know your theme of the day, and I'm kidding, kind of, is that's how it's been done. So just leave it alone. Don't change it. You can't throw a flag on a Hail Mary because they don't do that.
Can't.
Well, this is how they've been doing it. 162 games. That's how they've always done it. Baseball's never had any sort of an in-season tournament. It did have a split season. It tried it in 1892. The National League staged split season, trying to generate fan interest. Didn't stick.
In 1892.
They did it again in 1981. I don't remember that. But it was strike interrupted. I guess I kind of do know. And so they did a split schedule, a split season, before the strike and after the strike. Are you for this?
Rocky still would not win anything.
No.
But I am for changing something with Major League Baseball because that season is ridiculous.
Well, they're not going to shorten the season. It's still going to go.
No, but I mean, it needs something. Like the NBA Cup does not work. The NBA season to me is not like, oh my gosh, there's 162 of these things, and by game 81, you know you're not watching the rest of the season. Like Major League Baseball could absolutely capitalize on something like this in the summer.
So, I don't know. Is Major League Baseball somewhat like minor league baseball in regards to it doesn't matter if you're taking it or not? I would argue in some markets, yes. Look at Colorado. Why are the Rockies continuously up there in attendance? And they were historically one of the worst teams ever in the history of Major League Baseball. Run differential last year was historically worse. Their record was one of the worst ever in the history of the game, but yet they continue to win. So I think if you just roll out the product and give me promotions and give me a shell game and a cute mascot, people are going to go out this summer. I mean, we're proving that with minor league baseball. But to your point,
that doesn't generate the meaningful money.
I agree with that.
Which is television.
So why would I think, if I'm Rob Manfred, and I'm listening to everything that's thrown out there, so I'm not just saying hell no. I don't think, and maybe I'm not the target on this, but I try to be as wide viewing as I can and try to take it in from as many perspectives. If I'm missing something, tell me. The NBA Cup has not generated more ratings, have it?
It has not. I do not believe the NBA needed that.
All right, so why will it work for baseball? If you were arguing for it, and I'm not sure you would.
Because I think baseball is much more regionalized than even the NBA is.
Okay.
And baseball has a TV problem in terms of generating revenue. Like the NBA Cup wasn't something that was going to generate more television revenue for the league.
All right. So again, I'll go back to why is it an MLB Cup type of a thing going to generate more revenue for
Because it would give you something to watch outside of the All-Star game in July instead of just picking like what.
I can watch the Reds and Brewers every night.
But there would be more crossover appeal to this than someone that the Reds or Brewers fan.
I think it would be fabricated and received the same way that the NBA cut it. Just some made up, trying to get me to watch it, trying to get me to believe that it means more than it really does. I mean, I could be swayed. I just don't understand. I'm not
to me, the difference is there's so many games, so many meaningless baseball games
every night,
in a season that why not throw this curveball? Because a lot of people felt the same way with the small changes. Baseball doesn't need a pitch clock. Baseball doesn't need that. If it doesn't change the end product, but it gives you something in the middle, it's worth trying.
All right. So this would be, and I don't know what the format is. I haven't seen anything. Manfred said it's much more complicated in our sport than it is in other sports because of all of our season-long records. You're playing around with something that people care a lot about. Yeah, baseball more than anything else is just driven by the tradition, by the traditionalists, the people who tell you how it used to be and what it used to be and what it is, and it is because of that. Would a split season would still, you could have an overall record and still be able to carry your numbers through as long as you're playing the 162. Would it save some people? How would you handle wild calls?
Yeah, I don't know about a split season, but maybe the playing for something else in a shorter amount of time, would that get another team at least more interested? Not more. I mean, like, could somehow, some way, one of these awful teams win a group?
So the Rockies, and would you do it late season? Would you do it post? You would do it. I'm going to guess post All-Star game.
They'd probably want it wrapped up end of July
at the trade deadline.
I'm more intrigued about something like that in baseball than I am in the NBA.
So the Rockies are playing for some NBA or MLB Cup, and they're, I don't know, 42 and 69. But yet they're playing the Pirates for a semifinal in the MLB Cup to go to Vegas to play, because that's where everything's going to be in Vegas, because everything's in Vegas. And for the opportunity to play.
Yeah, if you put those games on a national TV spotlight, yeah, okay, you're tuning in. It's still a regional sport. That's where the money is going to be made. Now we're seeing over the last few years gigantic issues with regional television partners that are dropping like flies, and that's why Major League Baseball has decided to take over production of all this. So I don't mind something in that dead space of the sports calendar where you could get some national crossover.
Okay. Look, try it. I don't know that I think it's going to work any more than I think the NBA Cup is. Would I have crazy fields? Would you have to paint the fields in NBA Cup fashion? I'm kidding somewhat.
Could do some fun outfield designs.
Banana ball. And I say that because banana ball is so stinking popular. I only say it because banana ball, I say it tongue in cheek, and the traditionalists cringe.
Well, you're looking for just a moment, an event. You're never going to convince someone that whoever wins the NBA Cup is what you're going to hang your hat on. You're never going to convince someone whoever wins the mid-season baseball tournament is awesome, but you're just trying to create a moment. You're trying to get people sitting on their couch for maybe an hour or two and watching what you're doing.
All right, so I'm going to lean on you because I don't know the answer. These in-season cups in soccer. Now, I understand around here, the U.S. Open Cup and United make a run. It's the greatest thing ever. And look, it's worldwide. Everybody knows it. And nobody's ever heard of it. So you tell them about it. And then when they lose, it's no big deal. But when these teams win these cups in season in soccer, whether it's in Europe, whether it's wherever, is it a big deal?
It's gigantic.
It is.
Well, and the difference is it's what you're saying. It's in sports. Can you ever start something new? Because they've been doing that. That's part of the culture overseas, is the cups and the different things you play in.
So in season, I'm playing in whatever my league is, but there's
You have the FA
tournament
Cup, all this other stuff where all the different tiers are playing, and it works because there's promotion and relegation. And
But it's also different.
It's been there,
leagues.
done that.
It's matchups that you don't always see. So that would be like you're playing against the Japanese league and the Mexican league or something like that, right? Would that be somewhat analogous?
Yeah, and that's a good point to this. Is if you're playing the same teams,
what does it matter?
What does it matter? And that's why I would be intrigued, just because baseball getting something saying, hey, at least we'll have some national crossover potentially. Would it fall flat? Probably is, because I think the challenge in American professional sports is you can't create anything new. And you don't have the ability to have that crossover like you do in other sports. Like you're laying out, because in Europe, you have all those teams. Yeah, they're in different leagues, but they're managed. They have their salary cap. They're trying to win. You don't have that in America, because your other leagues are feeder systems into your pro team.
What in American sport, and the answer is college football playoff, but you'll argue with me that that's not pro, and that's a whole other argument, has been created over the last 20, 30 years. Live Golf, that's international, right? The college football playoff.
I think you absolutely nailed why these things can't work in professional sports. And it's because you're playing these teams already for something that's not a championship. So why is it going to matter?
Yeah, it's just, to me, it's just fabricate. You're doing the same thing you're doing, which is telling me it means more when it's what I watch every night. It feels like, again, you're way more familiar with this than I. What makes these international cups work, A, is tradition. But B, it's different than you playing the same team every day.
Yeah, and that's it. And you can't have that. You can't just have some random triple, the Comets playing the Pirates.
Well, but it would be the Dodgers playing a team from Japan. right? You would have to almost think,
No, not necessarily.
No?
Because we're not. Are you talking about Champions League or like the cups? Like
I'm
the
talking. Well, I'm not sure I even know.
because now you're
I'm talking about these in-season
these
tournaments.
these in-season tournaments. Like England just plays all the teams in England and all the different tiers.
But
They don't play
but
teams.
they're not
from-
who they play all the time.
No.
And that's what I'm saying. So there isn't an equal here for professional sports. No. It would have to be Major League Baseball against the Japanese, or I don't even know that
Because you
there's-
don't have the system. It would be major. It would have to be Major League Baseball playing AAA, AA, or single A.
Why couldn't it be what's considered to be your peer? Because I mean,
Because those aren't peers with what you're talking about, the cups overseas. So
No.
it's like Manchester City
No.
having to travel to.
Right. I'm not trying to pair it with your cups overseas. I'm saying peer competition. What is considered now? There's nothing considered peer competition. Major League Baseball is considered the best in the world, right? Because that's where all the international players come. Because that's where the money is. So I just don't know how it works.
So you're talking a Champions League model.
Something okay, if that's what it is.
Where
something that
Real Madrid is
maybe
playing
you
Manchester
generate my interest because you're not telling me the Dodgers are playing the Brewers or the Rangers are playing the Cubs, and I get to see that in April and again in September. But today it means something so much more because it's the Cup. Nobody gives a damn.
It would have to. The only thing that could, I think, shake up baseball would be a split season. But I'm with you in terms of if you're playing the same teams for something that doesn't mean as much, it's not going to matter. And we're seeing that with the NBA Cup. We'd see the same thing if they tried to make it an MLB Cup because what you're talking about and why it works other places is because you're playing different teams at different levels.
You're showing me something that I don't see all the time. What made hockey light up last year? It was that world, the Four Nations, right? You know why? Because hockey fans didn't get to see that all the time. It wasn't the Avalanche playing the Stars or the Wild playing the Blue Jackets, and you're telling me it meant something. It was something that I don't get to see, and yet it was real competition that meant something. That's why that worked. And that's why the NBA Cup doesn't work, and I don't know how they're going to make an MLB Cup work. Just playing everybody shuffle it up, but this time it means more. Mm-hmm. So when it happens in May, it doesn't mean crap. I shouldn't go. I look. I appreciate the effort, and I appreciate listening to all the different opportunities out there. You just got to convince me why it's going to work. And I haven't heard it. The opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Network.
Westwood One has.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
And I'm not sure I hate this, to be honest with you. The winner gets an automatic spot in the playoffs. Now it means something. So now the Wizards are playing for something. And then they get slotted wherever their record would slot them in their conference. All right, I'm listening. Now all of a sudden I'm listening. The Rockies would get that wild card spot if they win the MLB Cup. You like that? Are you listening a little bit more now? I am. You like what he's doing there?
Yes, you have to have something that draws you in more so than, hey, the players get extra money.
That's right. Because I mean, do I give a damn if they're getting another $500,000? I could care less. A billionaire or a millionaire is making another $150,000, whatever, $1,000. Jack says split seasons aren't perfect, Jeffers. Look at the PCL last season. The Dodgers have the second best overall record in the league, yet they missed the tournament. As a result, does Oklahoma City come out on a scorched earth tour next year, starting in Albuquerque opening week? All right, continuing here on the text or on the email, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ. It's sports.LABQ.com. Dan says, how sorry do you feel for Joe Scott? Jeffrey in Wampus, he's the Air Force. Faster. Air Force can't get a bunch of mercenaries like everyone else. The only way they can compete is by experience having the same guys in the program 4 to 5 years, but nowadays the dude has a decent season, he's out of clue. Yeah, it's going to be really hard for them to be competitive again. I think it's a tough spot. It's going to be a dead spot for the league for a while.
It's going to be a dead spot for basketball forever.
Ever. Because they had a few good years. But
2006, 2004, like 04, 06.
Yeah, whenever it was.
Was it Bizdelic?
Yeah, and Joe Scott had some good news too.
Joe Scott.
His first time.
Yeah, they're never going to be full basketball.
It's going to be really tough to get that thing back. Mike says, I would never ask that, Jeff Lou. I don't know what you would ask. He says, the question I would ask is why is Lobo basketball, the Lady Lobos, playing in the window of the state tournament / the NFL playoffs? Like the gold title sponsor, the lady from Vermont, I'll already have a bottle or two of water in me in anticipation of the Rams in Carolina by 1 o'clock. Where would you like them to play that day? Or should they just clear? They shouldn't play on Saturday?
You're going to lose to the NFL. It's understandable, but you still have dates you have to fill.
Where on Saturday would you like that color?
Would you be watching women's basketball, my guy?
He wouldn't be. No, he wouldn't be. But he asked the women or the men both playing at 1 o'clock on Saturday. So the second half will, what time the Rams start? 1 o'clock? I should know.
No, 2 o'clock.
So it's going to be the second half. Mike, where do you want them to play? Should they play at 10 in the morning? Would that be easier?
Yeah, that's
for you?
why the number one team in the country, Arizona, is playing at TCU at 2 p.m.
I mean, that's why would they?
Men's basketball.
I mean, where do you want them to go? Should they just shut down because the NFL's playing? Like,
well, and here's the thing: the NFL's king. They're going to win.
Yeah,
they got your spot.
You got work to do. You got a season to put on.
Yeah,
I mean, it is what it is. Would you rather they play the night game against the Bears and Packers?
Just shut down everything for NFL football. It happens anyway. You watch what you watch.
Yeah. So split screen it. You got that option. Listen to JJ in one ear and watch the hoops and the football in the other.
You get the Global Women on Altitude 2 tomorrow.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You get a little. See, you can watch home.
You get the A crew coming in and call the game.
Altitude's not running away. So Nikki, is she doing that?
Yes, Josh Ushan.
She's got time for Josh on TV, but she doesn't have time for you. I mean, I got to call her. She's got time. But when it's TV, I get okay.
TV
I got
comes
time
calling.
for TV. I'm going to get my hair did, and I got time for Josh Tushan on TV, but I don't have time for JJ on the radio. That's how that works, Joe? I mean, really? All right, 505-246-0610. Get another half hour left in this work week. I want to hear from Jeff or JJ at sports.LABQ.com. It's the opening drive of 95.9 FM and 8-6 Sports Center.
NFL coverage all season.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom. Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King. And now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now. Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family.
Bears, Packers tomorrow night. Bills, Jags on Sunday. Niners, Eagles, and Chargers, New England. I'm going Rams, Bears. Everybody's on the Jags. I'm going Bills. Bills, Eagles, New England. I'll get to Monday. Who you got? Who you got? I went Rams.
Are we on money lines?
Straight up.
Winners?
Winners, chicken dinner.
We want winners?
I want winners.
Rams, Packers, Jags, Eagles, Patriots, Texans.
I didn't get to that. All right, we differ a little. 505-246-0610. Edward, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Good day, sir.
You know, gentlemen, I like winners. And when we're not discussing bathroom stall etiquette.
Yeah, you like that. I know you like that.
The wide variety of topics of discussion are so magnificent on this show. I love it. That was good. That was good.
I'm glad you like that.
I'm sorry. I digress. So last night, yeah, and I've said this for a while, I think we've seen 2 of the last 4 Super Bowls decided on pass interference calls or holding calls that were not even remotely close to what we saw last night, where the best receiver on Mississippi was held for about 15 yards. So if they're not going to call if they're not going to make the call by the rules, then I would encourage my receiver, just push off as hard as you can, and if they're not going to call anything, then maybe you'll get the catch. I was rooting hard for Mississippi last night because the last thing I want to see is Michael Irvin act the fool even more than he already does.
See him dancing around with the cheerleaders afterwards, and he was everywhere. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Anyway, great player on the field, top 5 receiver all time in my opinion. But boy, anyway, briefly, I think the Rams are going to take the Panthers apart. I think they're coming in motivated. I think the Patriots are going to find a way to beat a pretty decimated, injured Chargers, but I think that game's going to come down to a field goal at the end of the game. For some reason, I think the Texans are going to beat the Steelers. I don't trust Stroud that much, but I think that they're going to find a way to beat a pretty hapless Pittsburgh Steelers team. What's interesting is the Packers are actually favored against the Bears in Chicago. I don't know how and why, but I would probably take the Bears at home. And then I think the Eagles are going to beat the 49ers. I've said all year the Eagles are schizophrenic, and this might be the positive side of schizophrenia for them.
Well, it's a good time of year for them, and they're relatively healthy. The Niners are beat to heck right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the Niners' chance to get to the Super Bowl ended by not beating Seattle and getting home field advantage. I think right there, their season kind of ended. And then the best game of the weekend, a lot of people are on the Jaguars. I just think the best player in the league, Josh Allen, is going to find a way to will his team to a victory. So I'm looking forward to it. Best time of the year. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, I'm on the Bills too. I think there's a couple things that have something to do. I think the Eagles are one of them. Bills obviously are one of them. I think the Rams were considered to be the best team in that division. They lose. They get the wild card. They lose that crazy game in Seattle. I think they're relatively healthy. They get Devontae Adams back. I think their defense is good. It might help them in this situation, having lost earlier in Carolina. Sorry about these allergies. So there's no way they look past them. I don't know if they take them apart, and I think 10.5 is a thick spread, but I think the Rams are something to prove in Carolina.
Yes, I like the Rams and the points in this one.
You like them laying the points, so you think it's going to be a big one.
I think you can win by double digits.
All right.
I do.
All right. Why do you like the Packers? Do you trust Jordan Love more? Do you trust like the Bears have been really, really good?
Yes, they have been. And this is one where I wasn't thinking about the previous matchups. It's just my feeling going into it. And third time is always a challenge, and this probably means we should be on Chicago in this matchup. But I think even without Michael Parsons, Green Bay can be better defensively. I think offensively they're very similar, and I'm looking at close game. Who do I think the edge goes to if there needs to be a defensive play made? I'm going Green Bay.
Fair. I mean, it's fair. Rome Odunze's back. I love the Bears' weapons. I like the way the Bears run the ball. I think this doesn't surprise me because if you ask me who do I trust more, it's probably Jordan Love more than Caleb Blake.
And for Chicago, the Week 18 game was at another moment where you get a kick in the tush, and they're locked in because they went into that fourth quarter at home with 0 points scored against the Lions.
I guess I don't put it in Week 18. I don't. Not everybody was playing.
No, they were playing everybody.
And they were trying to win.
They were still the, hey, are we going to be the number 2 or number 3 seed? And
which matter?
Philadelphia just said, hey, we don't care. They rested everyone in that game against Washington.
By the way, on the Lions thing, since you brought that up, how much sense? I know it's been going around. Mike McDaniel's offensive coordinator going there makes a ton of sense, doesn't it? After getting fired as the Dolphins head coach and everything that's going on, and if Dan
give him
Campbell,
Jahmyr Gibbs.
yeah, Dan Campbell comes in and you get Mike McDaniel, who doesn't have to do all the head coaching crap. He has the quirky, is he weird, is he different, but is he a hell of an offensive coordinator? I think he is for all of those.
And all the reports were everyone liked him. Like the organization had no problem with him. The head coach, there was good vibes. And yeah, it comes down to what is the business? Sure, they win. They didn't win enough. They had the issue with Tua, which goes ownership, GM, and coach for saying, "Hey, this guy's worth this much."
Yeah.
But you look at him, Devon Achane, what he became. That's Jahmyr Gibbs and some. Amon-Ra St. Brown. He knows he runs an offense that doesn't need. It's not this college style mobile quarterback like he had Tua. Jared Goff is better. Mike McDaniel would keep the Lions coming offensively, and I think he can take him a step forward.
No, I think he gets them coming again. I'm not sure. I think they stuttered quite a bit. You give me Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, get Jared Goff being efficient again. I got David Montgomery. I got Jameson Williams. I'm going to get Laporta back. Give me someone innovative and yeah, you want to call him quirky, weird, whatever. I don't think they have.
Like the Lions, their season next year is going to be determined by because you look at this season, the offense, they scored 52 points, 38 points, 34 points, 37 points. Like, yeah, they were scoring.
I love him. I just think that's the missing piece there. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails still coming in. I got one on Mountain West Pac-12 that I'll hit you with when we get back that got sent in. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM at AM 630 Spokane.
This is a Westwood One Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken,
red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle in.
That will be Indiana and Oregon. Damon Williams, the Washington quarterback, University of, who signed an NIL deal and said he's going in the portal. Then his agent dropped him. Now has said he's going back and will play at Miami. Some of New Mexico's best baseball players in high school: J.J. Utash, Colton Floyd of Los Lunas and Sandia, leaving the state, playing their senior seasons in Arizona to up their profile for the Major League Baseball draft. Lobos play Air Force and men's basketball tomorrow. Ladies play Nevada at home tomorrow. Both 12:30 starts, 1 o'clock tips. Ladies here on the Sports Animal, the men over on News Radio KKB. And, of course, tomorrow we get a full slate of NFL. Rams and Panthers here on the Sports Animal, followed by Packers and Bears. It's the opening drive, 505-246-0610. Should I guess? It's a new year. Back in his rightfully claimed, I guess, Friday last segment slot. Hello, Terrence.
Good Friday, Jeff. Good Friday, JJ. Happy New Year to all your families. Hope it went safe and you all had a great time and everything. I have one new hip down, one to go in a couple months, so we're just plugging along. I go back a little memory, Jeff, when you would post somebody's name and list more things they might be, and I remember I was wrong, and the one I was totally wrong was Matt Eberflus, because I thought he should have been the favorite to win the luge in the Winter Olympics and not the Chicago Bears head coach. Oh, I can't get him right all the time. You know, JJ, I had sent him a text when Ned was filling in about Nate the Hate, but old Ned used all his anger towards the ex-AD who went to Colorado and didn't really have his total hate that he usually has for the Patriots. I was kind of disappointed. He likes to pick on the New England cheaters. I was like, come on, you got to have it that way. Now, I was the one who said it earlier in the week, JJ, I wasn't picking on anybody, but for Pavia, I think he got rewarded. He sued. He got his bag. He got to go to New York and be a finalist. And I think as long as, if they keep suing but keep winning, I think everybody's going to keep suing. I hope sometime it steps up and maybe the NCAA grows a pair and makes some rules and maybe something loses and they'll stop doing that. But until then, as long as they're getting something out of it, I see the lawsuits just flowing in. Maybe you guys differ. It is the new year. It's a great thing. Hopefully the Patriots make a run because poor team I root for and never really won anything in the last few years. But you guys have a great day. I hope it was, like I said, a great holiday for your families and everything, and be safe and enjoy the show. Take care.
Thanks, Jerry. What was Ned's issue? Did he go off on Fernando or what?
Yeah, he did.
What was his point?
Not
1 year, one and done. All
I think he was trying to remember that day.
I saw the video of Fernando yesterday or 2 days ago at the.
I think what Ned was saying was not something that I think he was far off. Because he had some impactful hires, but there's a lot of stuff going on at UNM. Like, you can't come in right away and take credit for everything. That's in just 13 months. And that was some of what Ned was saying.
Well, I kind of I'll give you credit for the Eck hire and the Olin hire, but I've been listening. Well, during his tenure, the Lobos won a game in the NCAA tournament. He had nothing, and then he lost the coach right after. They won cross country, and but that was it. You don't get credit. All the fundraising. The fundraising is an interesting story and how the books are reported and all. I mean, okay. You made a really good football. I'll give you that. Seems like you've made a good basketball. I'll give you that too. I was listening to him with the Colorado thing the other day. It was kind of the same thing. And Buff Nation, Lobo Nation, we got to get this place rocking. We need this place packed. And same stuff.
Yeah, the playbook is the playbook.
Playbook is
it works. You just change New Mexico to Colorado.
Yeah, and change the color of his blazer. No, that's right. All right, we got this in this morning. Pac-12, not West. Is the more I don't know who's from. The more I think about it, the more I think it's really a missed opportunity for all the schools to adopt a regulation promotion model for the Pac-12 Midwest. Washington State and Oregon State would have kept their millions. The football and basketball powers would play their strongest conferences. And finally, the lawsuit that would leave everyone with bad feelings against each other would have been avoided. As our president has said, another benefit of Pac-12 Mountain West promotion relegation would have been that you could easily add basketball-only schools like Gonzaga, Grand Canyon, and St. Mary's. You forgot UC Davis.
That, again, ideas. You talk about it in every sport. You want to think about it. What sense does that make? What are you playing for? I'm playing so I can get in the Pac-12 and get more money. But if you win the Mountain West, are you not getting a bid to the tournament?
Yes, you are.
Then what's the point of this promotion relegation in conference?
What happens the year that the lower conference is metrically better than the...
It won't matter because you're just guaranteed more money if you're in the Pac.
Right, but you could get more basketball units because you get more teams in the NCAA tournament. And then who would get those units? Would it be the teams that were in the league that year? How would you divide the... You know what I'm saying?
Like that, when you're both playing college athletics.
Yeah, you're the same... Yeah.
That model makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, as you talked me through it, it was going to be more difficult, almost impossible to manage, to actually carry out.
It's like I win the Mountain West. Yeah, I get to be in the Pac-12 next year. Well, do you not get to go to a bowl game or the NCAA tournament then? Like,
you do. And whatever sport you're in.
But then you
the crazy part,
guaranteed more money next
year.
Well,
the crazy part would then be you're flying a different flag for men's and women's basketball or baseball and football, right? If you're in relegation.
What a great year. Men's basketball team's in the Pac, but women's team's in the Mountain West.
Yeah, well, women's soccer just finished third in the Mountain West, but
think about scheduling on those games.
Well, you can't. Women's volleyball, finished second in Pac-12. Yeah, you're in, or would you wear like a cross logo or? Yeah, the more you talk me through it, because I've never been a big fan of it, but the more I thought about it, I'm like, I don't hate it. But you start thinking logistics on this thing. how does it work? How does it not work? And I'm not one who always looks for reasons to tell me why things won't work. Everybody can do that. I'm usually the guy who's show me how it can work. And this one becomes very, very clunky at best.
The reality was you had the group of schools
that wanted nothing
that
to do with
they
the other
thought
ones.
they were just better regardless. It's not, hey, let's look at the big picture. We could actually control the entire Western Hemisphere in college athletics. Yes, you have your UCLAs and USCs, but they're being pulled out east. And instead of that, it was we just do not want anything to do with these teams because we're going to step into this new conference, be a power, get $20 million per year, and that didn't happen.
Yeah, I think that all of that. No watch. Why is there's men's college basketball going? What day is today? Friday? Youngstown State is in the middle of a game right now. They're playing Bryant and Stratton, two dudes. They just found them on the street, Youngstown. All right, am I taking this? Do I have time? I don't have time. All right, 505-246-0610. Put it in your phone for next week. Thanks for that snow hoe. That was nice. I'm going with the Rams Bears to win tomorrow. John in the snow. Is it really that snowy? Where are you living that it's that snowy in the Duke City? I had a little snow up in the foothills. We got down here, there was nada. All right, remember tomorrow, hoops here on the Sports Animal and on News Radio KQB. 12:30 pregame, 1 o'clock tip both for the men and women. Ladies here on the Sports Animal against Nevada. Men over on KQB at Air Force. The Herd with Colin Cowherd is next. The Jim Rome Show will follow that. Unfiltered with Kenneth Thomas will come in at 4. We'll be back with award-winning radio Monday morning, and we will start at 7 a.m. JJ's got a hoop tomorrow. Adrian, great work week on the television side. Appreciate you. He is JJ Buck. I am merely Jeff Symbieta. Big weekend for you.
Huge.
Enjoy it. Be good to each other, please. Have a great, safe weekend. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We will smell you on Monday.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders.